Hey everyone, this is Daniel Red Wolf. I'm so excited to be back. I know I took a break from here and I came back, but then all of a sudden I was like going through so many initiations, and let's just tell you, it was an intense amount of initiations the last couple of years, and really stepped into the teaching. For most of you, for those who are new to this channel, I come from the Purepecha tribe in Mexico. So I had to really step into my indigenous side, into my indigenous roots as a shamanic practitioner, as a healer. And so it's been a lot of teaching, a lot of traveling, a lot of ceremonies that I've been doing, sitting in ceremonies, leading ceremonies, and oh God, it's been a shit show, of healing. But I think that's really what I needed to go through, to be able to step into where I am now, right? And I would not change it for the world, right? We all have to, I think us as practitioners, we have to, one, go through all these initiations, right? I remember my grandfather would always tell me, you're going to have to go through the different initiations so you can be the study guide for other people, so you can understand what people are going through. So I'm excited to relaunch my YouTube channel as a welcome back gift. I'm starting all my one-on-ones again. I'm so excited about that. It's been a lot of teaching for me, and I've been doing one-on-ones as well here in Chicago. But I'm excited to start doing one-on-ones and expand it again to everyone around the world. So if you want a one-on-one with me, would be more than happy to work with you. It's going to be 50% off for the month of June, from now until the end of June. I might extend it, it depends. But for right now, it's till the end of June. So you want to make sure you sign up. I'm positive those spots will fill right away. So you can follow the link below, and it will actually give you you'll see the coupon code and the link to my website. You'll go to my website, Colibrí Spiritual Wellness Collective, which is bodysoulspirit.co. It's my own practice that I founded, and there's other practitioners there that you can work with. However, the 50% off is only for you to work with me. If you want to interact with other practitioners there, definitely reach out to them. I'll actually direct you to their website as well. I'm so excited to work with you. So Aquarius, let's get started. And I always start with Aquarius because I'm an Aquarius and then a Libra for the rest. I know I'm 100% air sign. Again, these are general readings, so they may not resonate with everybody. And for those of you who have never been to my channel, I'm very direct, I'm very open. I don't like to fluff things up, maybe because I am an Aquarius, I guess. So whatever comes through is going to come through. If it resonates with you, take what resonates with you and definitely leave the rest. I know for me, some things that other practitioners that work with me, sometimes I'm like, hey, can you read me? Some things don't make sense right away, but then all of a sudden, a couple months later, a couple weeks, even a couple years later, it will ring a bell. So let's kind of see what's happening for Aquarius in June of 2023. So the first card you got is the Seven of Swords. I'm going to just pull a couple of them. The next one you have is the Three of Wands, the Two of Pentacles, the High Priestess, the Magician, the Death card, the Knight of Swords, and the Three of Wands. So the deck I'm actually using is the Wheel of the Year, and then I'll also do the Light Seers Tarot and then Ancestor Spirit cards to kind of get a final view of what's happening. So right off the bat, you have the Seven of Swords, the Three of Wands, the Two of Pentacles, the High Priestess, the Magician, Death, Knight of Wands, and then the Three of Wands. So right off the bat, the first thing I'm really being drawn to is the Death card and the Magician card. So for a lot of you guys, especially Aquarius, right? There's Pluto came into Aquarius for a little bit, and now it retrograded back. So now that it's retrograded back, it's going back to our 12th house, I believe it is. And so it's kind of reminding us that this month of June is going to be a month of endings, a month of, as well as of beginnings, right? So every time Pluto, it might be our second house, I can't remember 100%. However, but now that it's retrograded, it's really about it's giving a final sweep. It's like coming in and being like, hey, we really got to clean your dark soul, right? I'm an Aquarius, right? So I've gone through so many initiations, and I know that what's coming up this month is really about, for me, letting go of fear, letting go of my self-talk, of what people think about me. All of these different things are going to start coming in. So it's during the month of June, it's going to be really ending all these beliefs. It being a final a cleanse, right? As the magician, you're going to finally be able to step into your own true self. And that's going to be one of the most powerful things as you start, going into the rest of the year, as you start finishing up the year and stepping into 2024, because that's when Pluto hits our sign, and it's going to go in for like another 20 years, right? And it's going to be a pretty sweet ass ride, not gonna lie. So, and with the magician, it's going to be it's also a reminder for you that, hey, you can manifest quickly as long as you're in alignment with your thoughts and your soul, right? A lot of times we got to quiet our minds off, so we can listen to our soul, right? However, sometimes there's fear, there's doubt, all these different things are coming up. So with the magician card, it's about, hey, we got to let go of that shit. You got to, those shitty first drafts, those SFDs, you got to stop on moving on them, right? Because there's so much that's happening in your whole entire life, right? That it's gonna all be dependent on how you're seeing the world, how you're viewing it, what beliefs you have. Because right off the bat, with this Knight of Swords, I feel like for quite a few of you Aquarians, it's gonna be inviting in someone in a relationship, inviting someone that is someone that might be a life partner that you're going to be able to live with, that you're going to have a really long lasting relationship, right? Even though it's a card of wands, I'm literally getting that it could be a fire sign. However, I am getting a really strong air sign as well. So like a Gemini or Libra, that's definitely coming in, when it comes to love life. For those of you that are coupled, I'm actually kind of seeing, especially with the Five of Wands. With the Five of Wands, there's a battle. If you're married, I feel like you're feeling stuck, like you're feeling like something's happening. And this one, the Seven of Swords, also is catching my attention. You see how there's this person here and then there's two there. This is really catching my attention, along with like I said, the Five of Wands. And it could be that you're in a relationship, someone might be having an affair, or someone is not really focusing on you. They're more focused on themselves. It's really about taking the month of June and saying, hey, is this relationship really needed? And that's where your beliefs are going to start coming in. It's going to be, holy crap, I'm not going to be able to make it on my own. What happens if I leave? I might have walked away from so many friends, so many people that now can support me. So a lot of that's going to be coming in for you that are married. Are you going to take the leap of faith, right? Are you going to be willing to open up your horizons? You're going to be willing to expand your wisdom and say, hey, you know what? Screw this. Fuck this. I'm done. And I'm taking that leap and I'm moving into that state. The next one is, because once you start doing that, once you start expanding, once you start saying, hey, I'm going to let go as well. This also applies for all the single Aquarians who are wanting to bring someone else in. It's like, you got to change the mindset of there's no one else out there for me, or you're constantly looking for someone. Is this the right person? Once you let that go, stuff's going to happen. Like the Two of Pentacles right there, money's going to start coming in, right? Because right now what I'm feeling is happening is you're struggling. There's a balance. There's a scarcity mentality right now. It's like nothing's moving. So all of a sudden money might be a little bit on the tighter side, whether it's in your personal life or in your business. So it's like you're kind of balancing. So this is a month of releasing those limiting beliefs. So then that scarcity actually begins to go away. Because once the scarcity goes away in one area of your life, it's going to go away in the other areas of your life, such as, like I said, money. So this month is definitely going to be letting go of those limiting beliefs of life partners. So then that way you allow money to start coming in. So you allow your wealth, your fortune to start coming in. And that can come through a partnership. It can be a raise. I'm feeling like a really strong female energy coming through when it comes for Aquarians. It could be maybe your superior who's a female, or maybe there's a partnership that's going to happen in terms of business. It's going to be a female, or they're going to have a really strong female energy. That is definitely coming in. But with the Three of Wands here, this for me is telling me that this is a time for you to start pulling out your dreams, saying what it is you want, because for a lot of you, it's going to be about really beginning to do the work. It is going to take some work. I know a lot of times we just want to say, hey, this is what I want to do. However, we don't want to do the work, right? So it's a lot of times we want to get thin, we want to do so much, we want to look good, but we don't want to fall in love with the process, which is really eating healthy, going and doing exercising or staying active, right? It's about really falling in love with the process so you can begin to make that transformation. So your goals are going to start, you're going to start manifesting goals. You're going to start putting them into the universe and saying, hey, this is what I want to do. And be very clear. What is it that you want to do? You want to start a YouTube channel? What do you need? A camera, a microphone, and a computer. That's really all you need, right? Many times I also catch myself, it's like, oh, I don't have this, I don't have that, I don't have, I need the right camera, I need the right microphone, I need the right computer, right? All of these things of could have, would have, should have. I could have this better one, but it's like, it's not going to matter. I could have a better microphone, it's not going to matter, right? You got to start somewhere. You just got to begin. So again, it's going to be really stepping into your magician energy, because this is the month of creation, especially now that Pluto retrograded. It's the month of you being able to just finish out all that clearing, any of the energy that's stagnant, that has been lingering on from the past couple of years, right? Especially the last 4 years. I'm not gonna lie, it's been a crazy healing crisis for a lot of us, especially when Saturn was in our chart. If Saturn was in your chart, it's been a whirlwind. But in terms, like I said, in terms of love, someone younger is probably going to be coming in. I'm not really seeing, and actually, I don't want to say it's someone from the past, but I feel like it's someone that you've had a connection with, or you do have a current connection. This might be only for a couple of you, that there is someone that you are in constant communication with, that they might be an air sign or a fire sign, and they're not willing to show you, or they haven't been willing to tell you how they feel about you. However, that's really going to start coming in. So it might also be you being vulnerable and saying, hey, this is what I feel about you. What do you feel anything about me? Do you want to try, or do you want to go get coffee? Whatever it's going to be, right? So it's going to definitely take that vulnerability, that courage to step into that role. And a lot of times it's one of those things where, and I always tell people, I'm like, vulnerability sucks. Being in the arena really sucks. I'm not gonna lie on that part. Like, shit's hard. A lot of times I'm just like, ain't nobody got time for that. But, but once you're stepping into the arena, once you're stepping into the discomfort zone, that's really when you start facing adversity and transformation occurs. So Knight of Cups, right there. A guy bringing flowers, on his white horse. It is a white horse, right? On his white horse, and there's almost like a picnic table right there. So that's validating right there. There's love coming into the picture. There's, if you're in a relationship, maybe it's an anniversary coming up. Maybe you have a really strong connection with your partner, right? But again, this is the moment of connection, or maybe for those of you who are coupled and not are in a toxic, unhealthy relationship, it's maybe time for you to leave because there is another relationship coming out, right? Or it's about, hey, it's time to have a really a successful relationship, a successful partnership with yourself. And a lot of times we don't want to take that. We always say, oh, there's no person out there for me. It's like, well, what's the relationship you have with yourself, right? It's looking about the shadow, looking at that aspect of it. The next one is judgment. So for me, whenever I see the judgment card, that tells me, hey, money's coming up. So again, it's changing your mindset, changing your beliefs, because it's going to be about money. It's going to be different opportunities, different things coming up. However, you got to step away from, is this person right for me? You got to start taking action. Temperance card. For me, every time I see the temperance card on this deck, this really talks to me about shadow work. It's telling me, especially right here, you have the moon, you have the sun. So in my tradition, we always talk about the sun. It really shares our lightness. However, the moon reminds us that we have to step into our darkness because there's gold in it. And a lot of times we don't want to do shadow work, right? Myself included. There are times I don't want to do my own shadow work. If I'm going through an initiation, it's like, I know I got to step into it, right? And I don't want to do it. I do it kicking and screaming for a little bit. And then once I step into it, right, I'm like, okay, uncomfortable, but it was not bad, right? So this reminds us, this is a month of having to start to do your own shadow work, looking at all the patterns of what are all these things that you believe about yourself, or where are you playing the victim? So it's again, with Pluto being in retrograde, it's about detoxing and moving in. The Hangman. This tells me again, this is the month of seeing life from a different perspective, seeing it from a different way, from a different point of view, looking at it from a different lens. And that's really what I tell my clients a lot of times. It's like, hey, you got to start looking at a situation from a different lens. Don't look at it from another person's perspective. Look at it from your perspective. What is actually happening? What are you bringing to the table? What things do you have to change so everything else can begin to change, right? Because a lot of times it's easier for us to blame everybody else on why things are not happening. And it's like, shit, what's the common denominator of all my failed relationships? Oh shit, wait, me, right? I told you I'm real. I'm very direct. So, like I say, it's, that's just my personality. I don't sugarcoat things. But, I'm like looking at this listening to this reading. I'm like, holy crap, this is definitely a reading for me, right? I definitely resonate with quite a few things as an Aquarian, but it's time to see things from a different perspective. See them, because the moment you see them from a different perspective, you're dropping from your head, which is your ego, to your heart, which is your soul. The ego has it's a very small, however, has the largest voice, and the soul, your soul is so large, but it has such soft voice, right? So it's about really being able to step in. So our ancestor cards come in and say, go for your goals again. So it's all validating what's happening here in June for all of you Aquarius. It's all about stepping into it, right? It's stepping into the discomfort zone, stepping into that place, right? Into the arena, getting our butts kicked, right? A lot of you, it might be you might not like what people think about you. It might be hurtful, right? A good exercise that I have found was, on a 1 inch by 1 inch piece of paper, just write the people whose opinion actually matter. So these are the people who are actually they're willing to play big. They're willing to be honest with you and not judge you, right? There's no shaming in that, right? So it's about take those people's opinions and they say, hey, this person's opinion matters, right? I remember when I started my YouTube channel and people would leave nasty comments, it really would get to me. And I finally now I reached that point. It still hurts, right? I'm human, I'm human. So it still hurts. However, I take out my piece of paper and I'm like, okay, yeah, it hurts, but they're not on my list. So they're not there playing big. They're not out, they're choosing to play small, and I'm here getting my ass kicked, willing to get my ass kicked, willing to fall, blood, sweat, and tears here. So again, it's time for the month of June is really going to be time to go for your goals, because it's going to be definitely shifting. The one other thing that Spirit's coming through with is saying it might also be a good time to really start looking at your finances, cut back on your expenses, cut back on your spending, because a lot of you, I feel like, there's so much spending that's happening, and you're starting to balance your money. You're like, holy crap, I'm spending more money than what's actually coming in. So when that happens, it's really about saying, hey, do I really need the subscription? Do I really need this? Do I really need to go get this coffee once a week, right? Once a day, I mean. So whatever it is, start cutting down the expenses, because again, during the summer, there's going to be quite a bit of travel coming for you guys during the month of July. So this is your preparation for that month. This is for July as well. For the end of the year, I feel like there's a lot of travel. I know for sure that's a real thing for me. It's been travel nonstop ever since I've been able to travel this year. But it's about being able to organize your finances so you can step into July ready, refreshed, and ready to go, right? With a balanced checkbook. So hopefully the message resonated with you. Again, take everything that did resonate with you. And if you want to go ahead and leave a comment, I'm going to try to get to as many comments as I possibly can. And again, I'm going to be doing a 50% off. It's actually available. You can go ahead and do 50% off of all of a one-on-one session with me. I do hour sessions. And I'm looking forward to meeting with most of you, all of you, during the month of during the next couple months. And again, 50% off. Just go to bodysoulspirit.co, look at practitioners, find me, and or just follow the links below. I'm so excited to be back. Aquarius, take care and enjoy your month of June. Bye bye.